SHMACKEMAGOB and look out! This one's going out to Anthony Gonzalez, who donated for me to rank the Dio albums. Not only Dio albums, but also Sabbath and Elf and Rainbow. So I got them all in front of me here, except for one. I can't find the goddamn CD, but I do own it. I own everything Dio. Official releases. And let's get into this now. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of Elf. I have tried, and I still try. I still listen to it. Sounds great on it, but you know, the ragtime piano stuff, whatever. So all three Elf albums are at the bottom. And this one would be the first one I hold up, and as you can see, he signed it Ralph. To Ralph Magic, Ronnie Dio. How cool is that? Trying to Burn the Sun. This is not the original cover. He wasn't happy with this cover because he was like, the band, you know, should be on the cover, but you know, but this ain't the original cover. But it is, it's an MGM Records. You know, I guess it's maybe second pressing. This came out in 1976. The second one, I would say Carolina Ball, which is, LA 59, which has Carolina Country Ball on it. This would be my second favorite. There is a couple tracks I do like on here, like LA 59 and Carolina Country Ball. I kind of dig. That would be my the second to last. All right, now obviously the first one would be my favorite Elf album though, but the song Nevermore on this is awesome. And he signed the back. He said, to Ralph, make elves, not war. Ronnie Dio. Man, I gotta tell you, man, he was the nicest person I ever met in any band. And I met a lot of nice people in bands. I mean, the nice people I meet in bands far outweigh the dickheads. But that would be the end of the Elf era. So now, this is the CD I can't find. And it's all the way at the bottom, but actually everything I'm about to talk about now, either I like or it just has a few good tracks. The one I can't find is Magica. I do own that CD. It's a concept album, kind of rainbow-ish, you know. It's not a bad album, you know, even though it's very low on here. And then I would go with Angry Machines. Now, Angry Machines, I like a lot more than a lot of people because this got a lot of, you know, a lot of shit, you know, because it's different, it's dark. But man, Double Monday, Big Sister, Stay Out of My Mind, Golden Rules, Don't Tell the Kids, Black, Black. Great album. I think it's a great album. Even though it's so low, I think it's a great album. Actually, I should say this one is better than this one, honestly. This one, but it does have some great songs. I love King of Rock and Roll. I love Another Day. That's a deep track. That's awesome. And what else? Hungry for Heaven is very commercial, but I love the hell out of that song. And that's about it. I don't like anything else on here. I didn't like Rock and Roll Children or none of that, you know. But yeah, then I would say this, and then Angry Machines. I think Angry Machines is better than Sacred Heart. All right, then next, this is a great one. The only one with Doug Aldrich. And by the way, not including Holy Diver Live or any live album on here. It's only studio albums. Killing the Dragon is a return to form. After Magica, he went back to the, you know, I mean, what was it? I can't remember now in what order. I believe this was a CD after Magica, where it went back to the Dragon stuff, where, you know, for a little while there, like Angry Machines and Dehumanizer and Strange Highways, he took a darker approach, not, you know, not follow your dreams type stuff, where here he came back to the, you know, but Killing the Dragon, that's an awesome tune right there. Along Came a Spider, Push, Guilty, Throw Away the Children. I think it's a good album. Then I would go with the last one, Master of the Moon. This is a good album too, man. My favorite song on here is Shivers. But One More for the Road kicks ass. The title track, Man Who We Be King, Dreams. In Dreams, Master of the Moon, and I saw that tour. He played Stargazer and Gates of Babylon and Sign of the Southern Cross. It was so good. I remember, man, when he played Stargazer, I was all the way up front. I stood still and I soaked it all in. Watching him play my all-time favorite song. I mean, from anybody, Stargazer is my favorite track. Will Horizon be #1? Stick around. We'll see. Then I'm going to go with this one. Lock Up the Wolves. I traveled to Lakeland, Florida, which is far from me, to see this tour. Rowan Robinson, he was like, I don't know, 16, 17 at the time. This is a great album, very underrated. Hey Angel, Wild One, Walk on Water. Man, there's a lot of good stuff on here. My Eyes is a beautiful song. What else? Evil on Queen Street. Why Are They Watching Me? Great stuff. Lock Up the Wolves. Then I'll go with this one. I love this album. By this time he was starting to dip, and I saw this tour with Megadeth and Sabotage. It was really cool. I love the song Naked in the Rain, and Overlove is awesome. I didn't like I Could Have Been a Dreamer, and that was the first single. I was like, why are you going to pick that one? Sunset Superman, All the Fool Sailed Away is probably my favorite, over Naked in the Rain, so I changed my mind. And I think it dips at the end, Facing the Window, When a Woman Cries, and I Could Have Been a Dreamer. Last 2 tracks were but the rest of it's solid. I dig it. All right. I know a lot of people didn't agree with this one. It's a lot of people's favorite. It's a Black Sabbath album. And I love it. I do love the album, but I feel like the rest are better than Dehumanizer. I love Dehumanizer. This is where Dio started to change, you know, from the, you know, the Dragons and all that stuff. This was more an angry album. I love this album though. Computer God, After All the Dead, TV Crimes, Letter from Earth Rules. I didn't like Master of Insanity. I didn't like Time Machine, but the rest, Sins of the Father, Too Late. I is my favorite Ronnie James Dio song with Black Sabbath. And it's on my least favorite with Black Sabbath. Actually, damn it. Actually, I forgot to pull this one out. I just recently got this from a really cool dude, a friend of mine, online friend of mine called D. You know, Yard D. He got me this. I freaked out. He didn't even tell me he was sending me this. I got a package from him. I opened it up. I saw this and I was like, oh my God, because, you know, I never had it on vinyl. And even though it doesn't say Black Sabbath, it is Ronnie James Dio, and it's Heaven and Hell, and it is Black Sabbath. Come on. I would have to put this a little lower than Dehumanizer, and let's see. Yeah, that's about it. Good thing I thought about it. Right before Dehumanizer, I would go with that one. Then Dehumanizer. Then after that, oh, I love this album. Even though there's 2 songs I don't like off it. The first Rainbow album, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. Self-Portrait is such a great song. So underrated. The Temple of the King, beautiful. One of my favorite songs he sang on. 16th Century Greensleeve, Man on Silver Mountain, Catch the Rainbow, Still I'm Sad. But there's 2 songs I don't like on here. It's Black Sheep of the Family, and If You Don't Like Rock and Roll. Other than those 2 songs, every song is great. Alright, then we go into, yes, what I would call Dehumanizer Part 2. This may be the most underrated Dio album in his whole discography. Strange Highways is amazing, heavy, and I like it more than Dehumanizer. It came after Dehumanizer, and I think it's angry or it's must pissed off. And the Jesus, Mary, and the Holy Ghost, Firehead, the title track, Hollywood Black, Evolution, so heavy, man. One Foot in the Grave, Give Her the Gun, Blood from the Stone. Here's to You is more 80s sounding. You know, but the rest of this is more pissed off, and Bring Down the Rain. I absolutely love Strange Highways. And we're getting down to the last couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more albums to go. And I'm going to go next with The Last in Line. This album's awesome. Not a fan of Breathless, really, but everything else on it. Oh yeah, Mystery, yeah. But everything else, like Speed at Night, Egypt, The Chains Are On, Evil Eye, We Rock, the title track, and One Night in the City. This is an awesome, awesome album. And I saw this tour, and it was the best Dio show I ever saw, a stage show. Everybody talks about the Dragon and Sacred Heart, which was cool, but I thought this tour, the snake and the glowing guitar during the guitar solo, and Ronnie with the whip, with pyro, it was just one of the greatest shows I ever saw in my life. And he never topped it as far as stage production, in my opinion. And, it had the Egyptian shit, and this is before Power Slave. I mean, his tour was before. I think they both came out the same year. But I'm pretty sure the Last in Line tour was before the Power Slave tour. So, yeah. Alright, Last in Line. Oh, man. This was a really tough one. Because I think it's pretty much tied with the next one I'm going to show you, but my God, do I love Long Live Rock and Roll. Gates of Babylon. Rainbow Eyes. When I met Dio, I told him, man, I love Rainbow Eyes. He's like, I love that song. That shit was so cool. Kill the King, the first power metal song, in my opinion. LA Connection. Lady of the Lake. Awesome stuff, man. The Shed. The Shed is probably the most underrated song on here. Such a heavy song. Love it. Long Live Rock and Roll. And I had a hard time picking this. What would go above what? And I said, fuck it, man. I'm gonna go with Holy Diver. This album is just all killer, no filler. There's not a bad song on here. And my opinion has changed through the years. And what's my favorite song? It was at one time Holy Diver, another time Don't Talk to Strangers. Now, it's the last song, Shame on the Night. God, I love that tune. And you got Straight Through the Heart, Invisible. She was a photograph just torn in, half. Of course, Rainbow in the Dark. And, Caught in the Middle, I think is like his best vocal performance on this album. Ronnie James Dio, the band Dio. Upside Down, Devil, the logo. Alright, now we're down to the last 3. Ooh. Alright, here we go. And number 3, if you listen to Fools, this album, I saw the tour with the Outlaws, believe it or not, opening up. Favorite song, Falling Off the Edge of the World, but man, right there behind it is Sign of the Southern Cross, Voodoo, Country Girl. Not a bad song in my opinion. Slipping Away, the title track, Over and Over, Turn on the Night, Voodoo. Love me some Mob Rules. Now, the top 2. Will Rainbow Rising be number 2? Or Heaven and Hell be number 2? I'm going to say Heaven and Hell be number 2. So you know my favorite album. I saw this tour as well. Told this story before and I'll say it again. My parents wouldn't let me go see Black Sabbath on the Never Say Die tour with Van Halen. That was at the Sportatorium. Kind of far from me, so I couldn't go. Then they came back to the Miami High Line, which is like a good 5 miles from my house, with Johnny Van Zant and Riot on the Narita tour opening. My parents said, you can't go. So I took a bus. I snuck out of the house and I went to the show and I got to see the Heaven and Hell tour. And when I got home, my dad was waiting for me with a belt and he gave me so many lashes. He beat the fuck out of me. And let me tell you something. It was worth every lash. This album is perfection. The title track, my favorite on here is Die Young. Then Lonely is the Word, Children of the Sea, Neon Nights, Lady Evil, Wishing Well. That's the dark horse on here. Walk Away kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, but I still love it. FPL just showed up. They have to work in the back. So, anyway, what I was saying, God, I love this album. You all know it's number 1, but still. I got to see the tour, man. The first time I saw Ronnie James Dio, and the first time I saw my all-time favorite band, Black Sabbath, minus Bill Ward and Ozzy. Because Ozzy, I'm sorry, the 70s Sabbath, I know a lot of people love the Dio stuff, and I don't blame you. The Dio stuff, or I've seen a lot of people say Tony Martin is the best Black Sabbath era, and I'm like, that right on, man. That's awesome, because I love the Tony Martin stuff. But me, it's the 70s Sabbath, man. I love everybody's opinion. Black Sabbath, man, any way you slice it. I take the original 70s stuff over this, but this is just sheer perfection. Number 2. So, you know what number 1 is? Rainbow Rising. Believe it or not, I'm not a fan of one song, Do You Close Your Eyes, but everything else, Run with the Wolf, Tear It Woman, Starstruck, the epic Light in the Black. Oh my God, that song rules. And my all-time favorite song is Stargazer. Hell yeah. Rainbow Rising. Numero Uno, my favorite Dio album. Did I forget any? I don't think so. Official studio releases. If I did, damn. Whoopsie doodle. It sucks I can't find my Magica. Man, there's a lot of CDs I can't find ever since I moved back to this house. But anyway, thank you so much, Toad, for donating. And if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. Hey, the world is full of kings and queens that blind your eyes and steal your dreams. It's heaven and hell. Thank you for watching, everybody. Stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And SHMACKEMAGOB.